Hello everyone, my name is Engellia Yohana. In this video, I will review our research article entitled Exploring the Impact of Reading Activities in Social Media on Generation Z Student Comprehension. This review will discuss the background of the study, research method, main findings, strength, limitation, and my overall evaluation of the article. Introduction and background. This study is based on student experiences in the classroom. The researchers observed that students often read information through social media platforms such as WhatsApp, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. These platforms provide short and attractive texts which influence student reading habits. Based on this phenomenon, the researchers review previous literature about classroom interaction, reading comprehension, social media, and Generation Z learners. This study focused on how social media reading activities affect student reading comprehension in EVL context. The purpose of the study are to examine the impact of social media reading activities on Generation Z student reading comprehension, to identify which aspects of reading comprehension are most influenced by social media use. Research design and method. This study used a quantitative descriptive research design. The participants were 30 students from the English Education Study Program at Universitas Maritim Raja Ali Haji. Data were collected using a Google Form questionnaire about student social media use and reading habits, and reading comprehension, test covering vocabulary, main idea, and inference question. The data were analyzed using descriptive statistics such as frequency and percentage. The research showed that social media reading activities have both positive and negative impact on student reading comprehension. From the questionnaire, 100 of students state the social media helps improve the literacy, especially vocabulary learning. However, the reading test result saw a different level of comprehension. Students perform well in vocabulary comprehension. Students also perform well in identifying my idea. Students perform very poorly in inference comprehension, and with only 3.3% answering correctly. This result indicates the social media support surface level comprehension, but it does not effectively develop deep reading skill, especially inference. We move discussion. The findings suggest the social media encourage fast and short reading rather than deep reading. Frequent exposure to short text helps students recognize vocabulary and main ideas, but it limits their ability to understanding implicit meaning. The authors argue the social media reading habits reduce student focus and critical thinking when dealing with longer academic texts. These findings are consistent with previous studies, which state the digital reading environment emphasizes speed and visual content over deep comprehension. And we move to strength and limitation. One strength of this article is its relevance to current educational issues, especially digital literacy and Generation Z learners. The study also combines student perception with test result, which strengthen the finding. However, the study has limitation. The sample size is small and only involves students from one university. Therefore, the result cannot be generalized to all Generation Z students. And the conclusion, the study showed that social media reading activities help students improve vocabulary and basic understanding, but they do not support higher level reading and comprehension such as inference. The article suggests that educators should balance social media use with structured reading activities that promote deep comprehension and critical thinking. And overall, this article provides valuable insight into the impact of social media on Generation Z student reading comprehension. The study clearly saw that while social media support vocabulary development and basic understanding, it is not effective in improving deeper comprehension skills such as inference. Therefore, this article is usable for educators and researchers to better understand student reading habits in the digital era and to design more balanced and effective reading interaction in EVL classroom. Thank you.